Okay, welcome back to another episode of Vroid Academy. I am your host, Rena, and we are going to go through some eye makeup and just like fun little additives that you can do for your character. So we're just going to add to our character one last time. I'm going to also show you how to export your character and add in some fine details, and then we'll move on to something else. So let's get started with some eyeliner. I think I'm just going to keep it very, very simple with this face makeup. I'm thinking like a heart here, maybe some black eyeliner on the lower lash line. Let's get to it. Let's draw. We got our UV map ready. We're gonna select our color. I'm not gonna put on mirroring right now. I'm gonna shrink my brush size, and then I'm just gonna do a circle here and a circle here. Cool. And then connect the lines. Here we go. We got a heart. Beautiful. A little tiny heart. Nothing too loud. Something simple. Okay, now I'm going to turn on mirroring to make that lower lash line. Make it thinner on the way up. Cool. And I'm going to do the same thing at the top. Do I want to do the same thing at the top? No, we're not. I'm going to smudge or blur. So I want it there, but I don't want it to be super harsh. Now I can clean it up. Okay, now that I have like a nice little black fade underneath, a grayish fade, now I want the harsher line. So I'm going to do another layer. So that way when I erase, I don't accidentally erase the actual line that I wanted. This just makes her eyes pop a little bit more. Just simple details that you don't really think about, but you can add. So what I was saying before is that you can technically add in, let's say I wanted a lip ring for this character. I can technically add that right here by just drawing it in. That's not at all how I would like that to look. But I don't really want to just draw that in, so I'm going to export this character, and it's kind of going to look something like that. But I'm going to physically put a lip ring. So that way it doesn't look so choppy. But if you want to do it in Vroid itself and not wanting to have Unity installed onto your computer, I'll show you how to draw in your piercing. So you're going to want to draw like a half C, make it thick enough that you can still add a smaller brush in between. So you want half the size of that. Get a lighter variation of that same color that you were just using. And in the inside, you're just going to draw the same half C, but only on the bottom part. So you want it just to be on the lower half to the middle. And then you're going to leave a space and a tiny bit there. Then you're going to go to a bit like a white color. Going to make your brush even smaller. Going to go to about 3. I'm also going to change brush style. Sorry. That's just going to add like a highlight to the ring. And then we're going to blur that out so that way it is blended. Blend her to the gods. So now she has a lip ring. That's basically how you do that. I mean, you could do very simple variation where it's just a black line or whatever color you want. And then just clean it up, obviously. And voila, you have a lip ring. It looks cute, cool, great. I'm going to erase it because that's not what I want in this variation.
Oh, no, 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 no.
And I'm going to export this model. Alright, so time for exporting. For those of you who don't know how to export your characters, when you finish creating a character and you're ready to use it in a type of software such as I'm using like VC Face or the Wakaru or any of those types of softwares, you're going to go to the top corner up here. And then you're going to see this little button here. You can press this and you're going to export your avatar. You can always upload your avatars into Vroid Hub, and that will allow people to see and view your gallery if you want to create one. There they could either, if you link your gallery to Booth, you can have people view your character models in a 360 viewing where they will be animated and moving. Side note, before exporting your model, make sure to check your animation keys just to make sure that no clothing, fabrics, or hair strands is clipping through the model as it's going through each motion. Just go to the top right corner onto the animation or camera function and click through the different animations just to ensure that everything looks correctly as you would like it to. If not, then you're going to need to go back, make those changes, and then export it once it looks to the way you would like it. And I'm satisfied with that. Okay, that's fine. We're moving on. Taking too much time. Okay, and then we're just gonna go to, like I said, up here, export. If you are planning on doing something with the hair, then you might want to change some parameters here, but since we're just keeping it as such, we don't need to mess around with anything else. So, the reveal of this character. My great friend Val. So that's gonna be my Christmas gift, late Christmas gift to her. If you need to contact me and ask questions, you can always refer to this email address here. There's no guarantee that I'm gonna get to it ASAP, but I'll get to it eventually. Or just leaving comments on the videos. I pretty much respond to all comments. So version 1. So I usually put the version number. You do want to put a version number if you are going to be taking it into Unity, which I am. So, all right, she's exported, and we got ourselves a very cute character. So for Unity, you're going to need the 2019.4.31 F1 to make your edits to your model. So as you can see, that's what I'm doing right now. I updated my Unity to that version. If you don't have that copy, I'm going to put a link in the description to where you can get that. And then you're going to need to also download 2 additional asset packages. So those 2 asset packages are the VC Face SDK as well as the Uni VRM. So that's where you add your character model into Unity. So once you have your Unity up and running, or downloaded at least, it might take a little while to download. So we're just going to wait here for a moment. And now that's good. Now it's Gucci. So we're going to drag and drop our asset package of the VC Face SDK into our software here. So let's do that right now. And it's loading. And now here we go, it's in there. And then last, we're gonna add our Unity. It's in Unity. What am I talking about? We're gonna add our Uni VRM into our software here, and that should allow us to add our model into here. So once again, loading. Oh, okay, yeah, good, perfect. Moving on. Now I'm going to teach you how to add headphones to your model. Actually, I think the very first clip I showed you is me trying to add that lip ring. You're gonna see how that went. What happened is it didn't happen. Okay, that's basically what happened. So let's get into that. So in the video footage that you're currently watching, I tried some things with this character and I realized that it's not gonna work because I don't know how to do that.
What? What the fuck?
So basically, I was trying to put a lip ring onto the character's face, but then I remembered that lip tracking, I don't really know how to have that linked to the object, so I just didn't, and I just scrapped that whole thing. So, and basically the next few minutes I'm just going to show you how to install headphones onto your character in Unity instead, so that way you still kind of get an idea of what you can do with Unity. All right, now that we have our Unity up and running with our SDK, VCFace SDK in there, and our VRM, we're gonna import our model. So like I was saying before, or I don't know if I included it or not, but your Unity is going to look completely different from mine just because I have a different preference of where I want things to be positioned. So your hierarchy, which is this little thing over here, might be on your left hand side versus your project might be on the bottom. It really makes no difference. It's just based on preference of your workflow, so don't really worry about that unless you plan on getting into like game programming. You'd probably want to reposition it. If not, then I mean, this is wherever yours is at is pretty much fine. So now that we have our model located here, we are going to drag her in. Actually, we're not going to drag her in. I lied. I'm going to click on her character where it says inspector. We're going to go to open prefab. So basically, here is our character model. I'm going to teach you how to add stuff from Sketchfab. If you haven't heard about Sketchfab, Sketchfab is a website where you can add assets to your model. So people add, if you want to add like a headphones onto your character model, you can do that as well. Or adding like a cup in their hand. If you don't want to make it yourself, you can always go to Sketchfabs and add it there. So basically, I found some really cute headphones on Sketchfab. I would show you what they look like beforehand on their website, but I honestly don't remember. I meant to do this tutorial so long ago. I apologize. So I'm gonna find it. So you're gonna download your headphones that you found on Sketchfab. Preferably if they are in a, that is a good question. If they are an FBX file type, I believe that is a Unity file type, so it's a lot easier to use. You don't really have to do much changes. But if they don't have that available, download anyone, and I'm pretty sure you can just manipulate it. Once you have it, you're gonna drag it and drop it, put in your assets file. It's gonna load. It should be here. Yeah, I didn't think these ones were gonna work. Oh, poopsicles.
3 hours later.
Okay, let's extract these ones. Let's see what happens. So they usually come in a zip file, extract it. Oh, okay. So let's try to extract this one, see if this one works. Okay, that one, you know it works when you have like this little blue box thing. And then you can also see it on the right hand side here. So I'm just gonna drag that into the scene. So as you can see, the scale difference between these two are tremendous. And that's usually what happens. So we're gonna have to shrinky dink this to a lot. I mean, 0.035, or sure. I'm just gonna take that for now. Copy, and I'm gonna put that in my scale and just see what happens. Oh my god. Press F to focus. Jesus. Still too big, but that's okay. We're gonna keep shrinking them to like maybe, no, 2. Let's try 1. I don't understand how that keeps happening. Normally putting it to the same scale or position as my model should be fine. I don't know what's going on today. Today is just filled with challenges. Alright, so now that we have headphones that are relatively close to her actual head size, they're looking a little gray. That's okay. Just want to see in terms of... Oh yeah, I don't think I explained how to move around in the scene. So the mouse wheel is to orbit around the character. Actually, yeah, this is called orbiting, I believe. This is to pivot. So your right click is to pivot, and then mouse wheel is also to zoom in and out. Okay, so we're just gonna rotate the Y value. This is not rotation. Something's really off with this set of headphones. I might actually have to use a different one just because I'm gonna try one more other thing. Okay, now it rotates. That's so weird. To change from the arrow to rotation is W is to get the arrow, E is to get to the rotation. Normally you can just change it in rotation on that right hand side, but this is being really weird today. I think it might just be these ones, these headphones itself. Anyways, you're gonna put that on the character model, position it where you would like to. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave them about there. We're gonna add in the textures now. I know it's clipping through the hair. Normally I would move the hair out of the way so that way it doesn't look like it's doing that, but for demonstration purposes, I'm not gonna change that. So we're just gonna keep it just like that. Now that we have our headphones, we want to make sure that when the character moves, like a me, it's gonna stay in that exact spot. So go to your hierarchy, you're gonna go click on your character model, so Val, and then you're gonna click on root, and then it's gonna open this long list of bone joints. We're gonna look for the one that says head. That is the one that we want. So I'm just gonna close all the other ones because I don't need them right now and they're just gonna confuse you guys. So let's get rid of those. We are going to, I kind of want to color them first, but whatever. We're gonna just drag this and drop it in the head section. So now that is paired with our character model. So if she turns her head like I am, the headphones will stay on her head. The hair will do whatever it's supposed to do. Nothing else is going to change. It's just to make sure that the headphones don't stay in one spacing, but everything else moves. Okay, so now we're gonna add in our textures. So I'm gonna create a section where it says create, and I'm gonna add a folder that says textures. So I'm gonna click folder, texture. Okay, well, whatever. It's attached to our scenes, sure. We're gonna go back to the area that we found it, go back into source. Our textures here, I'm going to copy all of these and then drag them into that textures file. Perfect. And then I'm going to also create a file that says materials, if I don't already have that, which I do, so I'm just going to do that. Under my materials, you're going to go create materials. And then we're going to call it head phone body. I'm just gonna keep capital B. I'm gonna drag this base color into the albedo. All right. And then it has a normal map, so I'm gonna drag that into the normal map. This is gonna add texture and shine to that headphone texture. And then we're going to click on our headphones, and then here they are. Here we're going to change this element 0 to our headphone body, where here we are, and that's going to change the coloring of our headphones. And I remember why I picked this one because it actually matches her character model very well. I love the color gradient. Okay, so that's basically how you add headphones or any additional like component from Sketchfab or something that you've created in Blender onto your character model. And once you are satisfied with how it looks, you are going to click on your character's name, go to Unity, or go to the bar up top where it says VRM0 and click on export. This is where you need that version number. So I'm going to call this version 4.1 val. So now that I have our VC face, I'm going to add a character, switch her in, see how she's looking. All right. And there you have it. We have Val's character up on VC face. She's working just fine. But yeah, everything's working. The headphones are there. They are very reflective. They are slightly clipping through her hair. Like this one strand, I'd probably pull this in, but everything else I'd be completely fine with. I think, yeah, the other ones are okay. It's not that big of a deal, but overall it looks great. And that's basically how you add extras like this onto your model. All right, you guys, so that's basically the end of that. So if you like this video in any form or fashion, press that like button. It really helps me out and sends more people to watch my videos, and maybe they can learn a thing or two with these videos. So I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.